Saturday, Manchester United won, Everton won at Old Trafford. 4 games to come in Goal Rush. Our feature game is Chelsea against Southampton. Thomas Tuchel has made 5 changes for that game. We rounded off with Arsenal's trip to Brighton and 4 on the menu for you tomorrow, including the main course of Liverpool against Manchester City at Anfield. A win for either would have taken them top of the table. So as it stands, Liverpool there on goal difference, level on points with United and Everton. But as I say, Chelsea have an opportunity to change that first, and so too did Brighton, because they would go to 16 points if they were to beat Arsenal in the late game.
That must feel like more than a point, doesn't it, Andros?
Yes and no. Going into the game with the injuries we had, we probably would have accepted a point, but when you go to Old Trafford, to create the chances we had the chance that was offside in the last few minutes. Yes, we're delighted, but on another day it could have been 3 points.
Where did you get that goal celebration from, mate?
You know what? Listen, no, this guy is my idol. I grew up watching Cristiano Ronaldo, spent hours on the training pitch trying to execute his techniques. Maybe should have spent a bit longer on the celebration because it wasn't great execution, but no, it was a bit of respect to Cristiano, and it's an honour to be on the same field as him.
Talk us through that goal then.
Oh, it was amazing. Dimmy doing what Dimmy does best, on the counter-attack, using his pace and power. And then as soon as Duke's got it, I know with the quality he has and the vision he's had all season, I knew if I kept up with him, he would put it in my path. And thankfully on this occasion, I managed to keep my composure and put it in the bottom corner.
And he enjoyed that moment, and Owen pointed straight away to that celebration. But you can hear he idolised Cristiano Ronaldo growing up.
Yeah, along with everybody else. I mean, and we got an insight into the nicknames of a couple of the lads, weren't they? Dimmy and Dukes, it was, on the counter-attack. But look, I love
how they got that equaliser and got that point. And from a Manchester United point of view, they'll be bitterly disappointed, Michael. It came from their own corner.
Yeah, how many times do we see it? You know, attacking the corner and then all of a sudden you're on the back foot. I mean, Fred makes 2 mistakes. First one is probably worse than the second one. The second one he's got to go low and tackle, but Everton sprung really, really well. Loads of pace. ngoáº was just non-stop running. This is the second mistake that Fred made. He's got to go low and tackle and actually knock it out of play at that point. But ngoáº does brilliant here, just chops back. Lovely weighted ball, touch, sort your feet out in a matter of a couple of strides and strike. It was just perfect from Everton's point of view in terms of their counter-attack.
But from a midfielder's point of view, that goal shouldn't happen.
never ever, not in a million years. That's what you get paid for. That's why you're there. That's your job to stop that goal. I would have taken that personally. He's got 2 cracks at it, and both he loses. Can happen, Steve. Just Sir Alex wouldn't forgive you for that. You wouldn't play for a month. Seriously, he has to win those tackles. And if you lose it, you foul him. You bring him down. Look, you get in a position where you get stretched. This happens. There.
You got to win that leg. Well, he goes with his left leg.
You cannot get bumped off the ball from ngoáº. Cannot. And if he does, you foul him. You know, everything about it just. And that's what I mean, Steve. United don't have control of games. You know, it's their corner. You know, how can a goal like that happen? You know, Wan-Bissaka, he needs to squeeze up. I know Harry Maguire is missing and they miss his leadership, but if you're going to play 2 defensive midfield players in there, McTominay and Fred, that goal can't happen. You know, it just can't. And I think Ole is going to be hugely disappointed with the way they conceded that goal because it changed the game.
Everton thought it got even better, actually. Yerry Mina had the ball in the back of the net. Stuart Atwell in VAR had a look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was close. It was a close call. I can't believe how much space Tom Davies has here. I mean, Varane just vacates his area and just sprints to the ball, and the problem is behind him. And you just see the ball. It's very, very close. I mean, I was surprised. Well, you see how close it was there. I was surprised that Tom Davies didn't take another touch and actually hit it. You know, you get a sense and you understand where your teammates are, and at that point I'd be thinking, if I pass it, he looks offside to me. You've got to make those split-second decisions when you're on the pitch. So I did think at the time, hit it. Of course, if he rolls it in and he's just off onside, then everybody claps. But I thought he should have probably struck it there because that was a big chance for them.
Yeah, I mean, look, they could have won the game, Everton, you know, and that's quite remarkable considering they're missing their 2 most important players, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, you know, so there were plenty of chances in the game. The best midfield player on the pitch was ngoáº, you know, by a long shot, which, again, with the utmost respect to him, shouldn't happen, you know, when Manchester United, all the money that they've spent, so you'd be, I think a lot of fans leaving Old Trafford today, they'll be disappointed, you know, because they realise, like the Villa game, like the Villarreal game, like this, you know, they could have easily lost the game. So some work to do to put it all together and make a proper team out of it.
More questions and answers again for you?
Yeah, I mean, questions again with the substitutes, I think. I can't believe how Jesse Lingard's not... Well, I thought he would start today. I thought Cavani and Jesse Lingard would start. They made a big impact when they came on. I couldn't believe it in midweek when he only got 6 minutes at the end of the game and still made a huge impact. Every time he sets foot on a pitch for Manchester United, he makes something. He either scores or assists or does something. I thought it's only a matter of time before he gets a start. I thought it'd be today. And when they're struggling, I thought he'd be one of the first people to come on. Now, he's setting himself up for a problem, though, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because if you're going to rest so many big hitters, then all of a sudden you're going to be leaving probably 1 or 2 players on the bench that either should be starting or at least should be coming on to change a game. And when you leave Ronaldo on the bench, Pogba on the bench, Sancho on the bench, all of a sudden you feel obliged with spending fortunes on these types of players, got to put them on first. Whereas I thought Jesse Lingard was probably one of the most obvious ones.
That must feel like more than a point, doesn't it, Andros?
Yes and no. Going into the game with the injuries we had, we probably would have accepted a point, but when you go to Old Trafford to create the chances we had the chance that was offside in the last few minutes. Yes, we're delighted, but on another day it could have been 3 points.
Where did you get that goal celebration from, mate?
You know what? Listen, this guy is my idol. I grew up watching Cristiano Ronaldo, spent hours on the training pitch trying to execute his techniques. Maybe should have spent a bit longer on the celebration because it wasn't great execution, but no, it was a bit of respect to Cristiano, and it's an honour to be on the same field as him.
Talk us through that goal then.
Oh, it was amazing. Dimmy doing what Dimmy does best, on the counter-attack, using his pace and power. And then as soon as Duke's got it, I know with the quality he has and the vision he's had all season, I knew if I kept up with him, he would put it in my path. And thankfully on this occasion, I managed to keep my composure and put it in the bottom corner.
And he enjoyed that moment, and Owen pointed straight away to that celebration. But you can hear he idolised Cristiano Ronaldo growing up.
Yeah, along with everybody else. I mean, and we got an insight into the nicknames of a couple of the lads, weren't they? Dimmy and Dukes it was on the counter-attack. But look, I love...
Liverpool centre-back Virgil van Dijk is happy with his return from a lengthy injury layoff, but the Netherlands international said there is still room for improvement as he tries to rediscover his best form. A serious knee injury sidelined Van Dijk for most of last season, and this year's European Championship, from which the Netherlands were eliminated in the last 16 by the Czech Republic. Liverpool's defensive linchpin Van Dijk has played in all of their Premier League games this season, with the Merseyside club sitting at the top of the table on 14 points after 6 matches. "I think there's still loads to come," Van Dijk told the Liverpool website. "I feel good, but there is always room for improvement, and I feel like it's on the way." Anyone who knows about having a knee injury and being out for such a long time knows that it will take up to, even after you're back playing, another year maybe before you are fully recovered. But everyone's body is different, everyone's knee is different, everyone's recovery is different. So far I'm very happy with the progress I've made, and I'm not there yet. Table toppers Liverpool, the only unbeaten team in the league, host second-placed Manchester City on Sunday.